Hey, what's up everyone? Journeyman here and welcome back to the Swan Song. Today is, of course, episode number 14 as we take on, let me see, we're going to take on Sheffield Wednesday, Fulham, Newcastle, Brondby in the Europa League third round, first leg, and then Stoke City, and then if we have time we'll do Chelsea as well. So what I'm doing actually is I am going to basically going to try and extend these episodes out a little bit more, generally because I'm kind of switching down to 2 episodes per week in this, so you're going to get a bit more content in the episode. At least that's the goal. So first and foremost, we have Sheffield Wednesday at home in just 2 days' time from now. Had a really good start to the campaign. Currently 5th place, 7th place on the table, only 5 games played. 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 defeat. Scoring 9 goals, conceding 7, having a really good start there too, and obviously we qualify for the Europa League proper now, and we're in the third round up against Brondby. This should be a pretty tough game, but I'm confident the guys will be able to beat them pretty heavy-handedly. I think we're a much better team than they are, to be honest with you. So anyway, here we go, going into our first games a couple days from now. Form of the player has been generally pretty good. Let's go over the team stats real quick. Show you who's playing well. Obviously, Davy Proper is playing awesome. 10 goals and 12 appearances for him. Leroy Furr's got himself 7 goals now and 12 appearances. A transfer bid was put in from someone. I can't remember who it was, but it wasn't a good amount of money. Tottenham and Chelsea are after him, and his contract expires in the season. So I've got to decide what I want to do with Leroy Furr. I'm going to have to renew his contract, most likely. But then again, if Chelsea and Tottenham come with a big bid, I might try and move him on, because he's a good player, definitely, without a doubt. But I feel like if he wants too much money, I'd only be stuck with him for 3 or 4 years when I could probably move him on for a pretty heavy fee now. Anyway, Johan Barley's had a good solid start. 6 goals, 12 appearances for him. Balotelli, a couple goals there. Boney, 1 goal. Callum Wilson, 1 goal. And then apart from that, go to your assists. Vidal's been really good at right back this season so far. 5 assists for him. Davy Proper, again, 4 assists for him. Average rating wise, Davy, Johan Barley. Jordan Ayew, Matthias Jensen is leading the line too. Matthias Jensen's one of our new signings, £7 million signing, highly recommended from one of the comments in my previous Championship Manager video. Recommended signings him. He looks a really good player. Honestly, I could try and sell Leroy Furr on, make a bit of money, and then play Matthias Jensen from now on. That might be the way I go forward. But anyway, moving forward. Alright, so first and foremost, Sheffield Wednesday at home. This is a game we should be winning pretty comfortably. They don't have anyone that really frightens me in their side. Jordan Rhodes, for instance, is their main striker. Solid striker, just not one that's going to get you a lot of goals in this league. And then we have Joost van Aken, apparently he's a star player for them. Don't really recognise him. He's okay, I guess. Then we have Tom Lees, a centre-half. He's a 27 years old, solid player. Played 56 times for Sheffield Wednesday last year. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of games. Alright, so here we go. Got to check the condition of the guys real quick. A couple players are struggling. Torre, obviously, he's getting on a bit, so he's not going to play as many games as you would expect. So instead today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Tom Cowell in there instead of Yaya Torre. Never thought I'd hear me say those words coming out of my mouth. Vidal also apparently does need a bit of a break, but we don't really have many other options. Are right back because Tudor's still coming back from injury. Alright, yeah, we'll roll with that. That's fine. Alright, so here we go. Sheffield Wednesday at home at, of course, Liberty Stadium. I'd like to keep this run going forward. And Leroy Furr gets a goal, man of the moment. Mentioned talking about selling him. But if he's playing as well as he is, that's his 8th goal of the season. Our 2 top goal scorers so far are midfielders, which is a good sign, I think, because both getting a lot of goals. As long as somebody's scoring, it doesn't really matter to me. Alright, just got to hold until half-time here. How are we doing stats-wise? Pretty good. Sheffield Wednesday yet to get a shot off on goal, so we're doing pretty well in that department. Half-time gone, and it looks like we're, generally speaking, dominating for the larger portion of the game itself. Callum Wilson struggling. Still struggling. Spent £13 million with him last summer, and he's not really ever got going. He's had a few good appearances, a few good runs here and there, but generally speaking, he's been quite a disappointment, to be honest with you. Alright, so, and there's Tom Cowell gets in there, come into the side today. Tom Cowell doesn't get many appearances for me this season. That's the fact it's only his first start in the league, second appearance this season. Got himself a goal today, though, so good for Tom. Keeps him in my thought process for rotating players out. I'm going to have Callum Wilson. I'm going to bring on Balotelli instead. I'm also going to make a change, perhaps at the back, to Botley's struggling fitness-wise. Let's take him off then. Bring on Boney instead. Yeah, we'll do that for now, just in case we get an injury or a player sent off. I don't want to make a third final change. And, of course, Jacob Butterfield scores for Sheffield Wednesday, gets back in the game. Still dominating, though. I still want that 2-goal cushion if we can get one before I switch back to normal. Alright, come on. 2 minutes. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just knew that was going to happen. I knew I should have... You know, sometimes you get that feeling in Championship Manager that you're going to get CM'd, and that's exactly what happened there. Dominated large portions of the game, but they come back and get from 2-0 down to get a point. That's pretty much classic Championship Manager for you right there. Obviously, sometimes it works in your favour, sometimes it doesn't. As you see, it didn't work out for me there. So, Fulham next up. Who do they have? Tom Kearney, apparently, is a star player in there. Who else? Ryan Sessegnon. Obviously, he's really good. This guy is superb. And he's cheap. £7 million. I'm going to sign him. £7 million. That's really good. That's a fantastic price for him. I'm going to put a bid in. It's going to be accepted, so should be able to sign him for the January transfer window. And obviously, interesting now, because I signed Kalina as a potential long-run replacement for Olsen. But if we get Sessegnon, I think that's a better player, to be honest, here in the long run. All right, so here we go. Back pretty much to full fitness, I would imagine. Yeah, Torre should be ready to go. Tom Cowell did get a goal on the last one. But Torre, as we know, Torre is a much better player. No disrespect to Tom Cowell. Who else? What changes can we make? Again, Wilson's just not... I don't know what's wrong with him. He's got the right kind of attributes I look for in a player. He's just not doing it for me. Maybe it's something that my player instructions for him, he's not being utilised right. I'm going to start Balotelli today. I'll take a look at that in the future, though, off camera, perhaps. Take a look at some of the individual player instructions for Callum Wilson. Just try and get the most out of him, because he's a better player than he's been showing, put it that way. All right, so here we got a bounce back here from that disappointing draw against Sheffield Wednesday. Hopefully we're winning against Fulham. All right, come on, boys. All right, who's starting up top for them? I got Rui Fonte, I believe. Got himself a couple of goals in the league already this season. It's a good start for him. All right, come on, boys. Gets in there. Leroy Fer again, get himself another goal. 9th goal of the season now for Leroy Fer, the Dutch maestro that is Leroy Fer. He almost signed for Southampton a few years ago. I remember that. I'm a Saints fan, if you guys didn't already know. And he almost signed for Southampton. Ronald Koeman was there, I believe, but he decided to go to Swansea in the end. He used to play for Norwich, I believe, when that was all that was happening. All right. Oh, for fuck's sake. Andre Carrillo getting a goal for Fulham. Johan Bolly, get in there. All right, so I'm not going to make the same mistake as last time. What I will do now is switch back to normal off attack. Get a little bit more defensive. I'm going to bring off Torre. I'm going to bring on Roque Mesa instead. Yeah, Roque Mesa instead. And let's move around the midfield a little bit more. So Fer can go on to attack. He seems to get lots of goals. And then Cabaye can move a bit further forward, a bit more creative. And then Roque Mesa can sit in front of the back line. I'm pretty happy with that. All right. So we just have, 20 minutes now to hold on? All right, come on, boys. Don't throw this one away as well. So 70 minutes left. Making another change here. Just try and slow up the game a bit more. There we go. Bring off Balotelli, bring on Wilson, and we'll do bring on Kalina for Olsen, because on the yellow card. Just got to hold on here. This full-time whistle. There you go. First one in the episode. Get in there. 4th one in the season 2. Move it back up to 7th place in the table. So it's a win. Not as comfortable as I would have liked, but it still counts. It still counts. Still 3 points. All right, so Fulham are going to offer $14.75 million for Leroy Fer. That's essentially... It's $5 million more than his value. Interesting. I do like him, but he is 28. He's not going to get much better than he is. And I think long run, I think Martin Olsen is the better player, despite him having an absolutely unbelievable start to the campaign. I've got so many options in midfield. I think I'm going to haggle this a little bit more. I want a little bit more out of it. $17.25 million. We'll see what Fulham say about that. If they come back with that kind of offer, I'm actually going to accept it. And again, I'm thinking long term here. I'm not just thinking of the present. Present, you wouldn't sell him because of the form he's on, but I think long term, I think you have to consider that he's 28 years old. He's not going to get much better than he is, and his value is never going to be higher than it is too. So, so I don't want to follow up on that one. Chelsea still wants him though, so that's interesting. They may come in for that bid. All right, so I'm going to keep him at that because I still want to get some decent value in return, so I can reinvest that into the team. Jan Vertonen's now available for £12 million apparently. Obviously, really, really good centre half. Not a bad coach either. 31 years old though. We got 2 good centre halves. Obviously, I got 1 centre half coming in the January transfer window. Apparently, Session's got no interest in joining me. So I'll do this. I'm going to give him what he wants. Give him a free release course. £20 million for a left back is good value, I think. Give him a goal bonus. Give him 60,000. Give him a big signing on fee, and that might be enough to get the deal done. Hopefully, because again, it'll be a really good left back to sign for us. Yep, got some good news. Yep, he's going to join us. Ryan Session's going to join for £7 million from Fulham. That is certainly value for money. This kid is a very special left back and attacking midfielder as well. So happy to have him in the side. And obviously that probably means the end for Martin Olsen too. As soon as January comes around, I'll probably put Olsen on the transfer list and try and move him on for some kind of money. All right. Yeah, we'll just keep pushing on forward here. International break in the way. Man City coming now, 17.25. Yep, I'm happy with that. Again, I think it represents value for money for us as far as selling him. West Ham put a bid in, that's fine. He can go as well. Perfect. Yep, honestly, because so I'm signing Ryan Sessegnon for 7 million. I've bought Martin Janssen for 7 million. So that's 14 million combined, and then I'm selling Leroy Fer for 17. I think that's good business. I think when it comes down to it, we're getting 2 players for the value of Leroy Fer, and I think that's great value for money. To be honest with you. Vidal, 10.75 million. I only signed the guy for £6 million last season. Had a really good year. 29-year-old Spanish. Again, this is a situation now where they're coming for £10.75 million for Vidal. He's on 29. Again, he's one of those players that's not going to get a lot better. I'm going to no comment. I'm not going to flat out deny it. But, yeah, I mean, if you're coming for a big bid for him, I'm gonna think about it. All right, so here we go. Up against Brondby now. The Leroy Fer, by the way, does stay with the side until January, so we do have his services till at least then. Fellaini's back in the side too, though. And we know how good Fellaini is a good player. He's done really well for me so far this season. Got himself 3 goals, and more importantly, 7 assists in the Europa League. So he's been a good creative force for us. Baston is almost back too. He had a really good start to the campaign in the continental competition. 5 goals for him. I'm going to stick with Balotelli up top. Probably should. Could play Boney instead. Could play Wilson. I'm going to switch back to Wilson from Balotelli. Not quite sure why, but I have a funny feeling that's going to work out better for me. All right, so here we go. Brondby in the first leg at home at Liberty. Obviously, just don't concede. That's primarily the goal here today. Make sure we don't concede an away goal because it's such an advantage in these competitions. All right, so 38 minutes in. Callum Wilson. My decision has been vindicated. Centre half's doing shit. Julian and Mawson are both on 5s right now. That's one to be concerned about. Gets it in there, Callum. 2 goals for Callum. Again, he kind of goes in spurts of form. Sometimes he's fantastic. Other times, he'll go for like 4 or 5 games where he gets 5 goals, and then he won't score for like 2 months. That's just Callum Wilson for you in this game. For me, at least. All right. 63 minutes on the clock. Still doing well. Might switch back to normal now. There's no point going for a third, I don't think, at this point. If you get a third, great. If you don't, not the end of the world. I'm going to bring off Bowley. Going to bring on Boney. Bowley for Boney. And all struggling in there condition-wise. No, everyone looks looking pretty sharp out there, which is great. All right, to return to the game. Again, just don't concede. And Christian Julian gets in there. Christopher Julian, I should say. First goal of the season for Christopher. And there goes a 3-0 aggregate deficit. Sorry, I've got advantage over Brondby now. Before we make a return trip to Denmark. And we'll put ourselves in good position to qualify to the next stage. So, yeah, good win there. 3-0. Very, very solid. Alfie Mawson's going to miss a month, though, through injury. Oh yeah, this player I was looking at. Andreas Brun. 19-year-old Danish striker. Very good decision making apparently. Good anticipation. Not much else in his favour though. 19 years old. He is cheap. I'll take a look at him maybe a later date. See if he's any grown significantly or not, because right now he's nowhere near ready to play any kind of first team football with us, and I don't think in the long run he's going to make it. I like to check the reserve teams, because it does kind of give you an indication of any promising players coming through for an opposition, and also any first team players that aren't getting first team football, such as Chupo Moting. He's not getting first team football at Stoke, so you could bring him in on a kind of a cheapish deal. All right, next up, Stoke at home. Stoke currently 17th place in the table. Jack Butland still plays for them. That's a player that I think I would like to bring in as a potential replacement for Fabianski when he finally leaves. He's got a new deal this summer, Fabianski, so he can here for a couple more years. But I think eventually I would like to bring Jack Butland in as a replacement. Shaqiri is a quality talent. I'm not sure why he didn't start the last game, but a very, very good player. £13 million. Probably wouldn't pay that much for him, but still a good player. Berahino as well. Apparently he's a star player. Nothing much really to talk about that. We all know the quality he has. Sergio Aguero is available. I'm going to afford his wages, but it says about 20 million. We'll put 21.5 million. If we get Sergio Aguero, if there's any chance we get Sergio Aguero, we've got to give it a go. All right, so let's go check the condition of the guys, because played midweek and was looking pretty good. Fellaini's the only one struggling at 90%, so bring on Torre instead. A little bit of rotation. All right, so let's hope Callum Wilson could follow up 2-goal display midweek with another couple of goals today. That'd be nice. All right, come on, boys. 22 minutes on the clock. 27 minutes. Stoke at the crossbar. Alright, so half-time here looks like. Can we 0-0? 0-0 at half-time. Don't often get to say that this season. Alright, let's go to the second half. No changes quite yet. I'm going to leave Wilson on a little bit longer before I bring on Balotelli or Bowley. Sorry, Boney. Can't speak today. Katango, for fuck's sake. He's garbage. Why did he... I think he scored against us last year. Alright. Shit. Okay. Fellaini is going to come on for Yaya Toure. Balotelli is going to come on for Wilson. Whatever changes could I make? I'll just put Leroy Fer forward, push him forward a bit more. Alright, so we got 28 minutes to try and save this game. Alright, come on, boys. Get in there, Johan Bowley. 8th goal of the season for him. He's had a good start to the campaign. He's been a good solid signing for us. £8 million. Get himself quite a few goals. Not a superstar by any means, but he still does a good job up top. Come on. Oh, what bad I tell you, he was going to nick it at the end there. 91 minutes. Ooh, it could be a late goal. That was Leroy further. I saw that was a chance. And the game's finished 1-1. So a disappointing draw. In context of things, we're drawing too many games thus far this season. We should have beat Sheffield Wednesday. We should have beat Stoke there. Leverkusen are putting a £25 million bid for Aguero. We might have to up our bid if you want to compete. And I don't know if I can afford his wages. That's really what it comes down to here. His wages is the problem. All right. Jensen's back to full training, by the way, too, so he'll get some run out in the first team, since he will be the long-term replacement for Leroy Fer. Okay. Next up, who do we have? We have Chelsea next up, away from home. Tough game. And then we go to Denmark to play Brondby. All right. We'll keep chugging forward. All right, so offer's been accepted. Yeah, he's got no interest in negotiating terms. They're willing. Swansea board are willing to back me at £180,000 a week for him. If there's any chance we sign him, we've got to put an offer in. It'd be a bit silly for me not to, be honest with you. It's Sergio freaking Aguero. If you get a chance to sign him, you got to do it. All right, we'll see what happens. I very much doubt he's going to accept it. I don't think he's interested in the move, which I don't blame him, to be honest with you. All right, so here we go. Chelsea away, a little bit different game than the last couple. Yeah, Fellaini back in the side naturally for Yaya Toure. Tudor is fit, so he could return to the bench perhaps instead of Kalina, because he's versatile, could play both right side and left side of defense. Instead of Roque Mesa, put Jensen in there. Just slight small adjustments, changes. Wilson again hasn't. Again, he just falls apart for some reason. I'm not sure why. A little bizarre. All right, so there we go. Chelsea away, Monday Night Football. Let's see if we get something out of this game. Honestly, I'm happy with a draw. Honestly, when you're playing Chelsea, happy with a draw. Interesting line from Chelsea, though. Not really expecting that. Batshuayi, Loftus-Cheek. Who's this guy? Kenneth Amuro. Apparently he's a Chelsea youth project. Yeah, they got a good team, but not as strong as it has been over the years. Andre Schürrle, really good player. However, getting in the opening goal for Chelsea. Alright, so not great. Not a good first half from us. Not a very good first half at all. Make a change in here. Yeah, Toy can sit in front of the back line. Bit of strength, bit of solidarity there. Yeah, second half. Alright, let's get going. Again, I don't want to push forward too early on. I don't want to make too many attacking changes. Let's try and get back in this too early on, because you will leave yourself exposed, and you'll see that happen. Chelsea might go ahead and score a second goal. Bowley, get in there. Get in there, Johan. 9th goal is... Oh, for fuck's sake. I spoke too soon. Got excited too soon. Alright, so we've got about 20 minutes left to go. This is a good time to push. It's a good time to push. Alright, so... Tempted to bring on Jensen here for Fur. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make a bit of a gamble. I'm going to bring off Wilson, definitely, for Balotelli. Wilson's been poor again. Alright, so... Alright, it's got 77 minutes, never mind. Loftus-Cheek get himself third goal. I was going to say 7 minutes to get a goal back, but... Nope, 4-1. Okay. Again, this is where you don't want to open yourselves up against Chelsea. They'll just go and absolutely smash you. And this is the biggest defeat of the season. And only a second, though, so we're doing good in that department. But disappointing to fall apart like that, and Davi gets himself his 11th goal of the season. All right, put the result aside. We'll move on now to the next one. 4.7 Nathan Dyer. Yes, please. Thank you very much. I forgot he was at the club still. Agreed. Thank you. Goodbye. Perfect. It'd be a good move for him anyway. He's not going to get in the first team because he doesn't fit my system. All right, so we got last game of the episode here. Brondby away from home. Obviously, we go to Denmark with 3-goal advantage. So in that department, we're looking pretty solid. It's fine. Mesa, fine. All right, so here we go. 3-0 up against Brondby, going back to their place. Just got to be solid now. If we get ourselves an away goal, that really would put us in a really good position to qualify to the next stage. All right, come on, boys. We started Callum Wilson again today. I'm going to try and persist with him as long as I can. Again, off camera, I'm going to look at his individual attributes and try and work out why he's not effective in the system, because he should be effective alongside Bowley, and Wilson should be an effective partnership up top. It just could be that Callum Wilson really isn't that good when it comes down to it. I may have to look for another striker in that case in the future, because Balotelli, he's okay, but he's not really getting the job done either. Boney's not great. Ayu's not great. So I might have to look for another one. Baston had a really good start to the season, but he's been injured. So I'm not sure what kind of an impact he's going to make in the Premier League. Good in continental competitions against weaker teams, but against stronger sides, I'm not sure how Baston is going to really perform. So maybe in the market for another striker. Of course, we get Aguero. That would answer any problems we will have in the future. Wilson again struggling. Bring on Boney. Play Bowling and Boney. 2 physical guys up top. We'll try that out. Why not? Instead of Fellaini, we'll bring on Tom Cowell. We're 3-0 up. There's only 15 minutes left to go. They're not going to get back in this game, so we might have to settle here for a 0-0 draw. But still, it puts us through to the next stage, and that's all that matters. All right. So yeah, good performance too. Actually, we dominated large portions of the game. Disappointing not to have scored in that case. All right. So yeah, we're through to the next stage. We'll go forward just a little bit to see who we're playing. We're going to play Liverpool if we beat Crystal Palace in the 4th round of the League Cup. See if we can skip forward a little bit. I'd like to see the draw if we possibly can. Looks like we're not going to be able to in this episode. That's okay, though. You'll see that in the next part, I'm sure. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoying the series so far. Episode was okay. Disappointing results against Sheffield Wednesday and Stoke, but some good shifts against Fulham and then Brondby. Chelsea was Chelsea away, so you expect to lose those anyway at this point of the save. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. What do you think of the business that we've done so far in the transfer market? So coming in the January transfer window, we're going to have Kaglar Sayunku, centre half. This guy looks absolutely unbelievable at 22 years old as well. This guy could get even better, believe it or not. So he's signing for the club, and obviously Ryan Sessegnon for £7 million for Fulham. Good left back. He's going to be a really good player for us in the future as well. Going out the club, Leroy Fer and Nathan Dyer. What do you think of the business that we've done so far leading up to January? Let me know in the comments below of any players I should take a look at as far as sign-ins. Again, I may be in the market for a striker if Wilson cannot pick up the slack, and if Baston doesn't really live up to the billing. But let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like my videos, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.